Hello Internet, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 series. We're playing a Scandinavian game as a Norse character here. In the last episode, we took a big chunk out of Jämtland for ourselves. We got into a defensive war with some vassals in Sweden, thought they were a little stronger than they were, and chose to come to war with us. And then additionally, we are at war with Brittany and Toulouse as part of our allies' attack of Brittany. And I was thinking we could go help him, maybe not win the war. There's a lot of other people fighting over Brittany at the moment, some of whom are pretty powerful. But we could at the very least go and, be rapacious, take over the Toulouse countryside or something like that. Something is squeaking behind me and I don't know what it is. So I thought we could go gather some prisoners to sacrifice and ransom. We did this before when they were at war with East Francia, who, by the way, is looking a lot weaker than they were previously. I'm sure they still have like 5,000 or 6,000 men. 2,000, really? And Bavaria? Who are you allied with, East Francia? Friuli? Slavonia. You actually might be, if we were going to push into Europe, I could take a big chunk out of you. You're not that strong. How much of your allies do you have? About another 2,300 men? I could probably coerce Gilland to going back to war with East Francia if we wanted to push into Europe. I still would prefer expanding in this direction. But if we could get some holdings in Europe, we could really up our development. So for instance, if we go to, let's just say, go show me county view. Where's county view? Nope. That is not county view. Isn't there one? This is duchies. Isn't there one where I can just see the county? Whatever. I guess you just zoom in. But let's say we took Lübeck. Oh no, this is all actually like originally Norse land, I believe. So the development here will be very low. But let's say we pushed in and we took, I don't know, Oldenburg. Let's go to Oldenburg. You'll see the development is 5. Development is 5. But they have baronies and bishoprics, which we don't actually have the ability to create yet. So it would be a great way, like bishoprics, we would convert, I guess, into... Can you just convert them into our own religion? I'm not sure how that works, actually. But bishoprics and whatnot tend to give a lot of taxes. Like, way more than a tribal holding. How many taxes do we get from, like... Not the developed ones that we've been working on. Just pick a random tribe out here. 0.03, whereas the bishopric down there was 0.1, so 3 times the income. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. So I think we're going to go help our ally in the war. At the end, we will get additional prestige from fighting, I guess. And we probably could win this war for him, assuming someone else doesn't conquer it beforehand. We would prefer to go to Toulouse where we could get more prisoners because they've been untouched. If we raid Brittany, a lot of this has already been sieged, so we would get less gold out of it. But this is the war goal, so we would get more prestige at the end of the war and increase the likelihood of us winning the war. Why are you boys going home? Why aren't you fighting? You could easily go destroy Brittany right now with those 2,000 men. Whatever. Probably we're not going to get into war with anyone. We, of course, will retreat home if necessary. And in a pinch, we could hire more men-at-arms. If we started to get into a war, we could probably scrape together another couple hundred men-at-arms as we retreated back to base. That could reinforce our men. I mean, honestly, we're pretty powerful in the region at the moment, so I'm not super worried about it. Let's get our men together. You can, if you embark separately, it costs more, I think. But I'm concerned about our supply limit. Västergötland is now the target of the Ylander conquest of Brittany. So what that means is that someone conquered Brittany, yeah, and the war transferred to them. Västergötland. Who were you before? Who took this over? You sound Norse. Or Germanic. Where did you come from? You're Norse. Of Västergötland. It's you. Okay. So we're at war with you now. We can just come siege this. Because it's way closer. In fact, we can siege all this. How powerful are you? You have a lot of allies, though. Aren't you allied with Sweden? I thought you were one that was. So you're allied with Skane. Sorry, I was thinking of Shaland. I'm going to keep saying Shaland. I don't think that's how you say it, but... And Viborg. Where's Viborg? Yeah. Oh, you're allied with the guy you're at war with? Yeah, it's not going to work out for you. So, the war goal remains Brittany. So if we wanted to win the war, we would go to Brittany. And Toulouse is still in the war, which is odd because their ally is gone. So I'm surprised they stayed in the war. I think they would... I guess you can't separate peace in Crusader Kings 2? I don't really know. But anyway, I think we'll come turn our attention to this land that's close to us. That way we don't have to go as far. And if we get into a war nearby, we can actually defend ourselves. How strong were you? I just looked, but I don't remember. About 2,000 men. If I attack your capital, you'll probably come to fight me. Let's go over here. How far would it take you to march there? You would just embark naturally. Okay. So we'll send our men over yonder. You stay home, just in case. Just in case. You stay home. This army will go. You go over here. Again, just looking for prisoners and whatnot. I still think we will win this war. Skane joined up. So their army, how strong are you? Really, really weak. King Bjorn joined our war because he's allied with our ally, which is fine. I don't love Sweden. I don't like that they're getting involved, really, but, you know, it is what it is. You're embarked, so we are getting penalties for having embarked. Jarl Alfgeir has lost against Chieftain Anna of Shelty in the Shelty conquest of Jamtfir. Where is that? So that has been taken by Jamtland. Oh, our neighbor lost against Jamtland. Chieftain Anna of Shelty. Yeah, didn't I just look at where that is? Okay, so... I'm confused. This is all Jamtland. Has lost against Chieftain Anna Shelty in the Shelty conquest of Jamtfir. So this was conquering this, but they lost. So it was a vassal war. So it was the vassal here fighting the vassal here, or maybe even the guy in charge of everything. No, it was the chiefesses were fighting. So the two vassals were fighting. Okay, I mean, I don't know why I needed to know that. It has absolutely no bearing on me or what I'm doing at all. Looks like Västergotland is maybe at war, is trying to defend, but they have such a small men there. I imagine Sweden will move into this area. This could be... Can I declare war on them while we're at war? We can't. I was going to say I could declare a separate war on them, take all their stuff while they're busy. What we could do... No, because you're an ally, I still can't declare war on you. Okay. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. So we'll do our sieging. Why are you... You are sieging, okay. They have a very small number of men that are leaving, so we may even go over there and raid that if they don't stay. Because if we can conquer, like, his... If we can capture his ruler or dynasty members, we might get a huge bump in war score, which would give us more prestige at the end. Allies joined. Finish the siege. No prisoners, unfortunately. Why don't you boys head over to Skane, because they're quite weak. We can raid their capital, maybe get some juicy prisoners. You should be finishing up any moment now. There's a lot of war going on. We took that as well, but no, didn't take any prisoners. You still have us. Is it 0? It says 0. Is it hidden behind? Can I rotate? Can't you rotate in this game? Middle mouse, no. Left mouse, no. Right mouse, no. I thought there was a way to rotate slightly. Like it snaps back to this position. There it is. So let's zoom in here. So it looks like it is left click. See, is it 0 men? I don't really get what this is. It is 0 men. How peculiar. It's an enemy army. They're well supplied. Well, congratulations that your 0 men are well supplied. They've lost a lot of men. They're weaker now than they were. Didn't they have like 2,000? Now it's 1,200. I actually don't pay a lot of attention, frankly. Let's head our men over there for raiding. Presumably, yeah, I was going to say the big boys will come down here to fight it out over the war goal. We're not really interested in doing that. You inherited the Chieftain of Morarana and 2 other titles from our son. Did our son die? Chieftain. Wait a minute. I inherited... Morarana? That's up here. What happened to our son? Children. He died. What happened? He was maimed. Maybe, I don't think he's dead. He's just maimed? Was he maimed in battle? My son. We weren't fighting though. Was it the siege? It should tell me something. Why, don't you want to be a ruler, son? Is he dead? I'm confused. He is dead. How did you die? It didn't tell me how he died. We have a stewardship point I didn't notice. Counselor opinion plus 20 or monthly tyranny down. I would like being tyrannical, but no, we're going to go with the counselor opinion for now. Our son died. I wish it would tell me how he died. Like I said, we have a lot of sons, so I'm not that broken up over losing a couple. We've lost 2 at this point. We have 3 remaining. And females don't inherit anything, so we're not concerned about that. As long as you don't all die, this is fine. Heir to Opland, Gwaleda, Hedmork. Okay, so you would be the one. So who's in line to inherit this now? So this is ours. So who's in line to inherit? The Chiefdom of Herdra. Kjotva. My direct heir is, okay. Why though? Why did it skip? Cause like you're a Jarl, it makes sense that you wouldn't be next up in line. But you're gonna inherit Hedmork, Eistral. So you're like this area. I mean, we'll give it to our heir, I guess. I don't think heirs can be over their domain limit. And he loves us, so I don't think he's gonna like rebel against us or anything. Because we're making him pretty powerful. But he's our direct heir. So we're gonna get all this when we transfer anyway. Okay. Just give it to our son. Give everything to our heir. Grant titles. Hyrdala, Morarana, Helgum. So let me make sure. Oh, you can't. No, I would like to. Okay, Morarana goes to him. Helgum goes to him. So you can have all those, son. 120 opinion of me for 50 years. Sure. We're making him very powerful, which is concerning. Are you on my council? I mean, it doesn't matter. You love us, so we don't need to put... You do want to be on the council. I don't really have room for you, son. Because this guy is also my vassal. Although he's not a very strong vassal. What do you control? Vestfold. Yeah, you're a very weak vassal. I could probably replace you and it wouldn't matter at all. What do you got going on? Not my rightful liege. Suck my... Too many duchies? I thought we gave away our duchies. Oh my god. How many duchies do I have? How do I know this stuff? Jarldom, Jarldom, Jarldom. Vestland. I thought I gave this to someone. Jarldom of Vestland. Who's... Scully of this... Yeah, I thought I already gave this to you. Congratulations, son. You're Jarl now. What is this called? I've already forgotten. Can't change... It's Vestland. Okay. I wish it would let you change map modes in this. I don't know why it doesn't. 50 years, received a duchy, becomes a vassal. Yeah, congratulations, son. There goes the fire siren. Hopefully that won't be on for too long. It's been a lot shorter lately. Used to be when the fire siren would go, it was about 25 minutes of uninterrupted sirenage. And it's way too early to call this episode. So we're going to play through that. Hopefully that is not super loud. Although I should probably stop, huh? Neighboring ruler lost the war. Jarl Otter is lost against... it's so loud. Lost against Connacht and the Chieftain of Ormond. So that was that guy who took over Ormond previously. Ormond. And Connacht might be on track here to actually unite Ireland, which is interesting because usually, you know, if it were a player, they probably would have united Ireland by now. So that's cool. Ireland is cool. One of my favorite accents in the world. So there, the fire siren died down. We'll have to pay attention. If it's a big fire, you'll hear the fire trucks will go, the fire police will go, the ambulances will go, everybody will go with all their sirens on. So, yeah. Acquaintance taken prisoner. Jarl Otter of Jamplin was taken prisoner by Prince Hywel of Dehubarth. Oh, you're an ugly man. So you're still at war over here, huh? Pretty dumb of you, considering how weak you are. Yeah. So there goes... That sounds like an ambulance to me. But I actually don't know the different sirens because I never pay attention to it. Unless they honk, I don't actually know. But that is the downside. I live pretty much between a fire station and a medical center. So we frequently have both. Oh, we captured the Jarl. That's interesting. We get a lot of ambulances, plus the fire station has EMTs, so we get a lot of that. So we captured quite a few prisoners, which is great. We are in a relationship with Skane, if I recall correctly. So if I go to Skane, this guy's in charge. Aren't I married to you in some way? You have a ward who is also in my prison? No, but I thought we were married somehow. Don't I have a relationship with Skane? Vestland. Gudbrandisillairs. Why am I not allied to Gilland anymore? We are no longer in an alliance. Did that son die? Did my son who was the... of Vestland. Yeah, it looks like the son who was married to Gilland died. Which is good, because that was a matrilineal marriage and we wanted to disinherit him. But that means we've also lost our only ally. So we may need to re-up this. Do you have any sons? Children? You have some sons, but they're pretty young. Would you like to marry one of my daughters? You're 13. You're betrothed already. What about you? You are not betrothed. Would you like to be betrothed? Arranged marriage. All my daughters are considerably older. She's a zealot, forgiving, and fickle. Well, isn't forgiving a sin? Yeah, so you're a zealot, but you're a sinner. Interesting. Not that they don't exist or anything. Sarah, my youngest daughter, you grew up so lovely and beautiful. I'm so happy to have you in our family, but also, I'm going to just sell you to this guy, basically. You're going to marry this 13-year-old. Is that weird? Hopefully that's okay. He's going to get some prestige because he's marrying basically like a king's daughter. And yeah, we're similar militarily, so we want them to be together. Do you have claims on things, dear? You don't, because you're a woman, and no one respects women at this point in history, or even in modern day mostly, unfortunately. Matrilineal means, yeah, he would be our heir and stuff. It would be weird. So yeah, send that out so we can maintain that alliance. He is joining a lot of wars that I wish he wouldn't, but ultimately he is the most powerful ally that we have had throughout the game, and we still want to take it to Sweden at some point. We are hoping that the alliance with Sweden and Gilland will resolve itself at some point. Worst case scenario, we wait for this guy to die, and then we immediately attack Sweden while they're kind of vulnerable. And I think because of Sweden's size, when they have succession, they will probably fragment at least partially. Although he is a king. He lisps. I didn't know that. They're working on my neighbor's house as well, so if you hear someone dragging a trash can, that would be why. Let's take a look at these prisoners. We have a child. You know, since we don't care about Skane, this is their leader, by the way. How much would you ransom yourself for? 83 gold. High Chiefess, this is your wife? We captured him and his wife. Can I take her as a concubine, like just to F with this guy? Make a concubine. Children of this partnership will be born into our house. Inheritable traits is comely, which is like mildly attractive. +1 diplomacy, 110% fertility and attraction opinion. Wouldn't you be, if I take her as my concubine, would you hate me forever? Temptation, seduction, desire, and the gentle art of twisting people around. You're not like pregnant or anything, are you? You are pregnant. No, you're a child of a concubine. Both of you are. That's interesting. I mean, I don't care about Skane. You're so small and weak. Did I already ransom you? Why won't you ransom yourself anymore? Ransom? 83 gold. We'll ransom the king. And you're all going to the same person, so he won't be able to afford anything else. And, yeah, we'll just ruin his dynasty. How many people are in your... You have a lot of siblings, including the Queen of Sweden. So we don't want to kill... Okay, we don't want such a powerful neighbor mad at us, even if it is just his wife. So I don't think we execute. I think we just hang on to them for now. And Skane, you have a little island out here. I don't really care about that. Who is the nearest other person at war with us? Way down here. We could go down there and together we could probably consolidate and take this fight. I don't really want to do that. Why don't we just go to like Toulouse and do some raiding and stuff? So I don't know the quickest way to get there. I guess we would go sail all the way around. That's terrible though. If I select this, will you march or will you... We're going to lose so many supplies. It's so far away. I don't want to do it. We're not going to do it. Oh, we missed a holding over here, it looks like. Oh, no, it's hashed. It's hashed up. Okay, well, you can go hassle this area. We'll conquer this, and then we will go home and ignore the war, I think. And they shouldn't really bother us. They're going to focus on the war goal, so... Yep. Alliance formed with Gilland. Great. Excellent. My son Sarah has been betrothed. We have an empty council position. When did that happen? And how did that happen? Accept your ransom offer. Hopefully we'll show you the same hospitality. So our powerful vassal, we want someone with good martial. 22, you're so good. Our son loves us because of all the stuff we gave him. So I don't think we need to put him on the council. 22 is very good. We're going to assign this guy. And what are you doing? You're keeping our... No, we want you to train commanders. No, which one decreases our morale while at war, or our cost at war? None of them? I thought one of them did. Reinforcement rates. Increased military presence. I don't really know what that means. Whatever, we'll get you working on control. We didn't talk about this, but I believe that every little area has their own council. So, like, we have a son who is a vassal over this area. He has his own castle like we do, so I would hope that he would send his marshal to do control. I don't know if that's how it works or not. What is... Is there a control map mode? I don't think there is. Plus... Development. No. What is this? Realms. No. Okay. So we would have to look individually, I guess. 100. No. Click the city. No. Click the city. 192. This is not ours. this is 100. And we own all of this too, right? 60. That's my son's land. This is ours and it has terrible control. We'll send you over there. Although these are weird lands for us to be holding. So we'll go to our council. We'll send you here. I think is where I said. I wish it would have some of this displayed. Was this the one? Yeah. No, that's my son's. Oh, for God's sake. This one. This one here. Go over here. Yes. Okay. Why don't we look at our other counselors, see what they're doing. You should be increasing development. You already are. In our capital there, we'll also speed up our construction time. You are disrupting schemes against us, which is what we want you to do. Your control, you should be dealing with nothing because you're terrible and we don't want you to screw things up. And our wife is improving our religious relationships. The only other thing she could do is fabricate claims, which we don't really care about because we can just go to war basically with whoever we want. Taking over Skane, yeah. Wait for this siege to tick over. And we'll hold on to those prisoners. Maybe we'll ransom them later on. She has a claim on the kingdom of Jorvik. It's up here, isn't it? Jorvik? No, not even close. I took Jarl Asbjorn's daughter and heir Hala hostage during the siege of Lados. So that is good. That will give us war score because Courtier Astrid and his daughter and heir Hala during the siege. So that gave us 100% war score because that's the main guy who's at the war. That's interesting. That means Gillen is going to get Brittany, or at least part of Brittany. What is the war over? Is it the full duchy? Petty Kingdom of Brittany, Jarldom of Brittany. So they'll take all of this. That's pretty significant, although it's far away. So probably that will increase, one, friction with France, but also like he'll probably will reach even further now to conquer. So we can ransom some people, but it will ruin the war score. In fact, let's look at the war score again. How much is from prisoners? 50% from the captured heir. So we can't ransom his heir or we will lose that 50%. Hopefully this guy has enough sense to... you're a nobody. Which one is the heir? Jarldom of Skane. You're the spouse. You are the heir. Yeah. So we can't get rid of her. We can get rid of you. Would not accept. Why? It's a favor. Okay. Your wife, you only have 1 gold. No thank you. We'll hold on to her. Could just execute his heir out of spite. But we're going to hold on to that so our ally ends the war. There's not much more we can do up here anyway, as we discussed. So that war will likely end. These are tumultuous times for the chiefdom of Galdela. Report after report arrives detailing the dire state of affairs in the area. And the peasants have started to talk about alternative solutions. So we either handle it personally, which will give them meticulous management, which is an increase of popular opinion, or we increase the taxes, which will increase taxes and gain dread. And we are a pretty dreadful guy, but we're also an honest dude, so go ahead and handle it. We'll give them management, let them like us more. We don't necessarily need the taxes. Yep, the war has come to an end. Gains the title, blah, blah, blah. We gained 150 prestige because we took his heir, which was a huge part of the contribution. And we gained a huge opinion boost with Gilland for coming into an offensive war and being victorious, blah, 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 etc. So we'll take it. And Gilland should have this whole, yep, Brittany is no more. That is, tends to happen. Usually it's not by a Norse hand, but Brittany usually doesn't make it very long. So we can send our men home. Where's our other men? Send our men home. You can stand down. Are we in any wars? We are not. So disband this army. 1411, yes. And that will help with our gold income. What else? Check who we still have as prisoners. Just the guys we took from Skane. No. Your prisoner, Jarldom of Skane. It's weird. We released his wife at the end of the war, but we kept his heir. Which is super interesting. Gains 20 opinion. Sophia gains opinion of me. It's so weird to me that, like, her dad will not gain opinion of me for releasing her. Or maybe he does. I mean, we're not going to kill this kid. Gain a hook. Loses 20 opinion. Go ahead and let her go. See if that affects his opinion of us. We want to refresh it. It did not affect his opinion of us. That's so stupid. That's so dumb. I don't understand why that wouldn't affect his opinion. And then you are just some courtier from... Where were you from? You were from Vastergotland, right? You're Craven as well. I mean, you're nobody. I hate to say it. You're friends with Count Emond. I mean, I don't really care. You have claims on them. Ransom. Cannot ransom. I mean, then you become piety. Sorry, dear. Again, beheading is maybe not quick and painless per se, but it's a lot better than some of the alternatives. I've been burning a lot of people at the stake, to be perfectly frank. So there's something going on in Sweden. Are you at war with someone, Sweden? You're in 2 wars? With Dorset in the Holy War for Carmarthenshire. So Sweden is being attacked. That's a defensive war. Defending against Earl of Dorset. Of Dorset. Wait a minute. Dorset? Where is that? I wish there was a faster way to do this. I'm sure there probably is. So, of Dorset. Okay. So, a small war over this, which is not that big of a thing. And you're attacking Italy in the conquest of the Chieftain of Logudoro. I don't understand why you people are continually going so far away. I just don't get it at all. I don't understand that. Italy is becoming pretty dang powerful. Looks like they're in a lot of wars, though, and they're being raided. Okay. I was really hoping they would be at war with someone like over here that might actually take a chunk out of them, because some of these nations are pretty powerful. You have a heart. You're obese. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. I have immaculate gardens, and I'm more vigilant. I do have some beautiful gardens. Executed the prisoner. Okay. I mean, so we ended our wars. Whatever. You know, mostly it was in our favor. Nothing bad happened. And yeah, we're good. So we're going to send our boys home to send our levies and have them stand down. Gain another perk in the lifestyle tree. This time we're going to take the tyranny thing so that we can continue proceeding down this way. You can be disbanded. Disband. You can be disbanded. You can stop here. That's fine. No, just stop. Just stop where you are. It's too late. Okay, just go. Okay, stand down. Disband. Great. And we have a maximum of 4,000 men. We have a lot of issues. Low control, I don't care. We can usurp the title. We could do that now that we have cash. But we would immediately pass it to one of our sons. Family members can get married. Yeah, I'm not super concerned about that. Our son and many of our daughters. We can imprison some criminals. We're in line to inherit. Inherit Vestlin. Yeah, I know. Special succession type. We don't want that. It's probably the electoral succession. Restore the Danelaw. As the law of the Danes once ruled these lands, they shall again. You get the kingdom of Danelaw. Will destroy. We will become Scandinavian elective, which means people will elect our heir, which we don't want. We would have to control. Why would I be in England? We would have to control a whole bunch of crap here. I guess at some point the Danes ruled those. I don't really know history at all. Dismantle the Papacy. If we can control the entire peninsula, we can destroy the papacy. That's awesome. And I can see how that would be great if I were better at the game. Like a great long-term goal would be to destroy the papacy. That's really cool. But that's not something I'm going to be able to do. A lot of this stuff I can't do. We can make a pilgrimage. Undertake a pilgrimage to prove our dedication to the gods. We could call a feast or a hunt. We could work off some stress. I didn't know that was a thing. You gain sweaty stench for a year. What? You lose some stress. Yeah, but how much? When we would lose 5 opinion of people, people would like us a little bit less. We could do that. I don't really care. I finish a lap around the castle. Oh, probably because we're athletic. We have that ability. That's pretty cool. Some people say I run from my problems, but I say I run towards solutions. We lose 24 stress and become stinky. And yes, it's available because we're athletic. That's really cool. I like that a lot, actually. I didn't know those things worked. Extort subjects. No. We could raise a rune stone to honor my son. We would gain piety, and everyone in our faith would like us more. That's really cool because my son passed away. That's also very cool. Some of these are really neat. Go on a pilgrimage. Choose a destination from our holy sites. The further you travel, the more piety you gain. And it costs gold, basically, for piety. Not right now. But anyway, I think that's a wrap for this episode. Everybody, thanks for watching. I may finish recording for the day. What is happening here? Why is this a different color? Are you at war? Why are you marching on my capital? What is this? What is happening? Allied to me. Defending against Chieftain Bjorn the Foolish of Hordalfjolkir. So this other vassal we have is trying to take over my son's rule, but my son is pretty beefy. Actually, they're pretty close in power. But that's my son's problem. That's not really my problem. Even if he conquers it, he'll still be under our control. Yeah, I think we're going to call the episode here. So for now, everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. I actually think that's it for me recording today. Hopefully we had a good time watching. Hopefully we had a fun time with the series so far. I, of course, will be back with more Crusader Kings 3 in the near future. Still holding my attention, still having a good time, so I think we're going to keep playing. I did not know how long my attention span would hold out, and it hasn't even been that long, but you know, these kind of grand strategy games tend to bore people after a while, myself included. I'm sure the viewership will go down over time as well, but yeah, still having a good time. So we're going to keep playing. I will conquer Finland. I will make Finland my own. Oh, Norway. I always mix up Norway and Finland. Why, brain? Why do you do this to me? So we do own enough of Norway, that we could potentially declare that a kingdom of our own as well. Then we could have 2 kingdoms. Not really something we want to do, because then it will inherit to one of our children, and then it'll split on succession and stuff, because there'll be 2 kingdoms. But you know, it's a long-term goal to take over Norway. Of mine was to conquer basically all of this was my goal. So for now, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.